Gentlemen, you both received my instructions. Remember, protect yourself at all times. Obey my command at all times. Let's go.
Ghislain Maduma taking on Saul Carreon, our main event here on Welt TV. Mark Abrams, along with Corey Erdman, ringside here at the Hotel Hilton Lac Lamy in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. We're underway. What are we looking for early here, Corey?
Well, Maduma has explosive offensive ability. He uses his legs really well to step back and counter with a right hand. That's his punch of choice. Early in his career, he was accused of being right hand happy, but he has a really good left hook to go behind it now.
Carreon has been stopped twice in his 5 defeats.
Last time out for Maduma, he put down one of the most savage beatings I've ever seen in a fight against Josafat Perez in Toronto. Nobody got to see it because it wasn't televised, but the referee in that Perez fight showed levels of leniency that would make Stanley Christodoulou today look pretty compassionate.
Carreon gets in a right hand.
Maduma has become more comfortable in the role of the hunter. Early in his career, more of a pure counterpuncher, or was just blowing guys out, but he's had to now deal with guys who will move.
Well, he tried to land one of those big right hands and was a little short. They're halfway through round 1.
Maduma is a natural athlete. You see his chiseled physique. He was basically built for boxing. A guy with that kind of athleticism who is of his size, 135 pounds, this is the sport that you were meant for, essentially, unless you're a really good runner.
Cautious first round. Maduma shown Carreon some respect here.
Carreon was part of that Campeon Azteca tournament on Azteca America a couple years ago. He was mentored by Jose Luis Bueno, a former WBC super flyweight champion. Also trains Adrian Hernandez, I believe.
Maduma lands a right to the body. Close out round 1, scheduled for 10, our main event here.
A drastically different tempo here in the main event than in some of the previous fights.
Tomorrow, back-to-back episodes of Private Islands on Welt TV at 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Time, French Polynesia. Join host Christina Sidrich as she takes you on a magical journey through the private island of French Polynesia. Discover heaven on earth in your own utopian paradise full of beauty, adventure, and above it all, escapism. Then at 11:30 and then at 8:30, Private Islands, Peter Island, 11:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Tales of pirates, betrayal, and hidden treasures all share a part of the island's past. There are some places on Earth you simply must be experienced to fully understand, and Peter Island on the British Virgin Islands is one of those places. That's tomorrow at 11 and 11:30 a.m. and then repeated at 8 and 8:30 p.m. on Welt TV. Back to action, round 2. Ghislain Maduma in the red, Saul Carreon in the black. Counter left hook from Maduma.
And that's what I was looking for, because both times that Carreon has been stopped, it's been on left hooks. Carreon has a pretty good one himself, but if you trade hooks with him, it's paid dividends in the past.
Jab to the body from Maduma.
Maduma looked to time that left hook, throws it a little bit short.
First bit of feistiness from both guys, a right from Maduma, a little high.
Some members of the crowd sounding a little bit displeased, but again, Carreon is a significant step up for Maduma. Wasn't expected to just blow him out by any means. Guy who's been rated by the WBC, he's been up there.
Trying to see Maduma trying to get maybe a little, I was about to say, it seems like he's starting to pick up the pace a little bit. This is with the left hook, lands it right to the body.
Maduma just falling short with that left hook. He just barely grazing him with those body shots, but it is enough to win these rounds.
Feeling like one of our previous bouts with the Hussein fight against Ghislain. You know, the height may be a little bit. Just trying to figure out his height and figure out where to get in is Maduma. Jab and a left hook from Carreon.
That's really the first offense that Carreon has displayed, so Maduma still doesn't have an idea of what's coming back at him.
Carreon trying to jab now. Lands a jab there.
Carreon trying to get him to open up, but
end of round 2 scheduled for 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, I have the Tiger Management tient à remercier ses partenaires sans qui cet événement aurait été impossible. I, the Tiger Management, would like to thank its partners for making this event possible. La Dogo, the Casino du Red Levy, Hilton, Let Levy, Well TV, the Fight Network.
take a look at some of the highlights from round 2. A lot of jabbing to the body from Maduma. Wasn't really able to get in range, but finding Carreon often enough to put some points in the bank, so to speak. Carreon, though, not opening up either. I think we might have a situation where we have two natural counterpunchers who are waiting for someone to make the first move.
Thank you very much.
We embark here on round 3 scheduled for 10. Here on Welt TV, July 6th, David Price, Tony Thompson rematch. Best boxing coming to Welt TV and welttv.com.
We mentioned Maduma at his most comfortable as a guy coming at him who he can take steps back from and come back with a right hand, and Carreon is not giving him that opportunity because he's the one moving backwards.
Quick left hook, a little short from Maduma. Right from Carreon.
Carreon's trying to open up just a little bit here.
Maduma's given him the confidence to do it because Maduma's not coming forward, probably as Carreon expected. There we go, he opens up and lands it right on the rope. As Carreon comes forward, there's the left hook from Maduma.
We've seen Maduma get frustrated in the past when guys don't come towards him. Now he's trying to kind of force the issue. He's taking the role of the boxer here. Or perhaps Carreon is just looking to open up a little bit more.
Good right from Carreon. Another right.
It's been a good round for Carreon outside of that flurry from Maduma.
Jab and a left hook from Maduma. The left hook just missed, but the jab landed right in the face of Carreon.
Maduma beginning to find his range. Obviously not the sustained action that we've had.
Good counter right from Maduma.
These counters are becoming more and more frequent. He's really picked it up here in the second round.
Oh, shot by Carreon. Maduma's knee touched there or not?
This might be the first time that Maduma's been hurt in his career.
Maduma's holding on. Did you thought maybe Maduma's knee may have come close to touch?
We'll have to take a look at that on the replay, but Saul will carry on around nonetheless. Take a look at some of the action. Maduma getting a little bit frustrated, trying to flurry with Carreon on the rope. He's starting to find a home for his left hook. Carreon was the most meaningful punch of the round, ultimately. That was right there.
Definitely buckled him.
Well, Maduma is not a small lightweight by any means. Walks around at about 155 and then has to get down to 135. He took that shot, but we haven't seen him take too many in his career thus far.
Round 4 scheduled for 10, our main event here at the Hilton Lac Lamy. As Carreon tries to land a right to start the round out. Maduma misses with the right hand. Definitely see some frustration setting in, as you pointed out about a round ago. Jab from Maduma.
Saw a moment ago there, shades of what Maduma could do. Maybe change this up. These are single jabs he's throwing and then following immediately with right hands. If he could double it up, he might get himself in a position where that right hand wouldn't fall short. And that's what Mike Moffa's calling for right now in his corner.
Right to the body from Maduma. Maduma tries to land that big right, little short.
Carreon seems to know that the right hand's coming right behind the jab every time, and he's taking a little half step back and getting out of the way.
Carreon lands a counter right.
Maduma at this point is only jabbing to set up a right hand now, trying to get a little bit of a rhythm. Needs to disguise the right hand a little bit, not let Carreon know every time it's coming.
And the right hand short.
Turning this into a jab contest isn't going to make the crowd any happier, but it will, I think, result in one of those power shots landing. Got him a little closer there.
Right from Carreon. 30 seconds go here in round 4. Good right from Maduma there.
Looks like Carreon back for just a moment, but regained his footing immediately. Snuck in a little left hook there.
End of round 4 scheduled for 10.
Well, I'm sure Maduma is ahead on the scorecards, Mark, but there's a little bit of a sense of concern in the house right now.
A little bit, I mean, still trying to figure out Saul Carreon.
We see some of the action. Maduma started throwing his jab more than just as a disguise for the right hand. And there it starts to get a little bit closer because Carreon didn't immediately know when it was coming. This is what we were talking about early in the fight, that there is criticism that at least early in his career, Maduma was a little right hand happy. He has to start thinking off of his left hand, then worry about his right when he can get into range.
Round 5. Scheduled for 10. Oh, a hard left from Carreon gets through.
Maduma is not getting the best of these wild exchanges. Both times he's gotten reckless, he's been tagged with something significant.
Maduma gets the jab in. Maduma lands a combination on the ropes of the body, but Carreon fights out, and he gets in a right and a left. Jab from Carreon. Carreon trying to get the overhand right in. It's a confident Saul Carreon with a right and a left.
Carreon's throwing that left hook. It looks like it's going to loop, but he turns it over quickly, and it's landed on the chin of Maduma 2 or 3 times already in this round.
Carreon now becoming a lot more offensive. Left hook to the body by Carreon.
Maduma not jabbing much in this round at all. It's Carreon who's actually taking the lead, taking the initiative in these jab exchanges. This has been a very good round for the away team, so to speak, for Saul Carreon.
Jab to the body from Maduma. Left hook from Carreon again on the counter. Carreon landing the jab.
Well, he's taken pretty good fighters to beat Carreon in the past, most notably Rene Gonzalez, the Nicaraguan lightweight challenger.
We are halfway home in our main event. Saul Carreon trying to upset the apple cart here, so to speak. A hard right hand and a left from Maduma.
That was the best exchange of the fight. It just happened to come at the bell. look at some of this action. It was a Saul Carreon round. Once again, until that final flurry at the bell, Maduma opened up a little bit and landed a good right hand.
There was a good right and a left by Maduma.
Again, these exchanges, Carreon seems to enjoy these, and he's gotten the best of all of them when they've taken place.
Yeah, that was a close round. Carreon dictated most of the round, but the two good shots at the end by Maduma. Round 6. Saul Carreon the black. Ghislain Maduma in the red. Good right from Maduma, but Carreon comes right back.
Carreon has that in him when he gets hit. He wants to trade. There's a right hand from him as well.
Maduma again a little short with the right hand.
That's important for Maduma as well, to switch up the tempo of his jab. Let Carreon just casually get out of the way of it. You can throw it at different velocities.
Counter left inside from Maduma.
You get the sense that Maduma knows he needs to work for these rounds now. That he's in a fight, maybe for the first time in his career.
He lands a good jab, comes forward, and gets tangled up.
And Maduma's corner telling him to double up the jab. Carreon trying to do the same on the other end. Maduma now sporting a cut above his right eye. He has been cut in the past.
Jab from Maduma. Ducks underneath the right hand does Ghislain Maduma.
Maduma's corner really on him about that jab, but there's something that's making him hesitant to throw it. More than once, that is.
Now they're asking him to go to the body. There comes Carreon, lands a right hand.
The problem is that Maduma can't get in range to land to the body. He might be able to kind of lance from the outside and touch him there, but hasn't really been able to establish any kind of position near his opponent except in those exchanges, and he's not getting the best of him.
Head right to the body from Maduma. End of round 6, scheduled for 10. Head right from Carreon. Startman Bob Miller has some more work to do here. They're working on Ghislain Maduma.
Take a look at some of the highlights here. There's that right hand, finally found a home for Maduma, and I think the key to this round is at the very end of it. He touches Carreon with the right hand to the body, and I think it will be important for him to change levels with that right hand. Put a little variation on it so Carreon can't see it coming.
Round 7. Good jab from Maduma there. Trying to jab to the body. Maduma just missing with the left hooks.
Carreon, Maduma is finding pretty much the first opponent that he hasn't been able to simply throw 1-2s and be faster and more powerful than. He has to get creative here and show his arsenal a little bit.
Hasn't been the prettiest fight for the most part.
But obviously an important one for Maduma, who has a regional title in the WBC. Carreon, a guy, you see the BC logo on his trunks, was in those ratings. This would bump Maduma up. Still a ways from world title contention, obviously, but it helps in terms of marketability, in terms of TV dates. The better your standing is with these alphabet organizations, love them or hate them.
Good right from Carreon there.
Maduma trying to feint to the body and come over top of the right hand, something he hasn't tried, the overhand right. He's in his comfort zone here trying to counter, but he's not in a real estate to do it with his back to the ropes.
Maduma eats a body shot. Just really hasn't so far been able to land one of those big right hands. Which you pointed out earlier that he was known to be right hand happy, and obviously that is his punch of choice, and hasn't been able to get anything flush. 7 in the books, scheduled for 10.
Take a look at the replays once again. A slower round, but Maduma resigned to moving backwards in this round with Carreon coming after him. Maduma trying to get his jab working. His corner has been imploring him all night long to throw it more often. He showed a little bit more variety in that round, but these rounds are tight, Mark, and I think for people who are looking for an explosive, sell me on this guy performance from Maduma, they haven't received that yet.
Very true. This is my first time seeing him in person, and he still got, he still might be winning this fight. This is still he still has 3 rounds to maybe get the type of performance he was looking for. Round 8. Here on Wealth TV. Little counter shot from Carreon.
Maduma back to chasing after Carreon.
It's been the story of the whole fight. Trying to go for that right hand and Carreon just ducking underneath.
Well, those were those moments when maybe he could have landed it because Carreon did not have an escape route to step back, but he was still able to just duck underneath it because he knew it was coming.
And Carreon just lands a couple little shots there.
Maduma, an Olympic qualifier for the Republic of Congo. Just had 80 amateur fights, but a good career nonetheless. Coach Mike Maffa, the trainer of Dirigeant. We've seen him a couple times tonight. Maffa is always lauded as having one of the best jabs anyone had ever seen. He was a terrific amateur here in Canada. It's a shame he didn't get to turn professional.
Left from Maduma. Works the body and takes a counter shot in return. Carreon lands a right, Maduma lands a combo.
Well, Maduma at this point, you would think, should be thinking about winning the rounds and not worrying about the stoppage anymore. 8 rounds in.
And a good right to the body there. There's a counter right. Maduma maybe sees a little opening here in round 8.
Carreon seemed to take it reasonably well. Well, some of the fans are kind of waving him on, telling him to go after him, but Carreon isn't affected by that shot. Still a confidence booster from Maduma at the end of this round 8. Take a look at some of the replays. A good round for Maduma, who finally lands his signature shot we've been talking about. Drops a couple right hands in there. Again, the knock on Maduma probably coming out of this fight is that he doesn't have a lot of variety coming from range. He isn't mixing things up. But he is still learning. He's very much still a prospect. He's young. And he's in there with a guy who maybe is at his peak in his career. He's been right there fighting for one of the silver WBC titles. So he can be forgiven if this one isn't as thrilling as maybe we'd hoped.
I think Carreon, if nothing else, has established himself as a solid gatekeeper. And guys can make good careers out of that. Round 9. Ghislain Maduma. Jab from Maduma. Now he's starting to circle. Maybe he's going to take the Corey Erdman advice and try to box, just win some rounds and get out of here.
Well, he hasn't hurt Carreon yet. So he can absolutely continue to look for that right hand, but do it in an intelligent way and, you know, fill in the gaps in the meantime and make sure you're putting these rounds in the bank. Counter left hook there. Big right hand from Maduma. He may find opportunities, though, if Carreon turns it on, thinking he's behind in the scorecards and tries to open up. He may find those opportunities without having to open Carreon up with anything he's doing.
Be interesting to see. I know we have a minute to go here in round 9. Be interesting to see where each guy believe they stand on the scorecards. And a good right to the body from Carreon as we head into the 10th and final round. Good jab from Maduma. Boxing better this round.
I'm sure that if we do go the distance in this one, the both men are going to think that they won. I think that Maduma's ahead on the scorecards right now. But there have absolutely been rounds that could and should go to Saul Carreon.
Good right from Maduma, right from Carreon, glancing blow. 30 seconds, under 30 seconds go here in round 9. Come the end of round 9. Ghislain Maduma, Saul Carreon.
Take a look at the action from round 9. Maduma putting another round in the bank, in my opinion. Carreon not too successful offensively, wasn't able to get a rhythm going. Maduma ducking underneath of the right hand, kind of turning the tables here of what Carreon's been able to do.
This is the 10th and final round.
10th and final round. Ghislain Maduma and Saul Carreon. Big touch gloves.
This is Maduma's first final act opportunity. Is he going to be able to pull the curtains down on Carreon, or is he just going to ride this one out to the conclusion?
Both guys trying to land power shots, nothing of significance. Right to the body from Maduma. That took from Maduma. Jab to the body. Carreon trying to throw some body shots.
He's trying to throw a lot more here. I think even if he believes he's ahead, I don't believe that he is. He knows it's probably safe to get another round in there if he can, particularly fighting on the road.
Exactly. Right from Maduma. This is almost one of those win today, look good tomorrow performances.
I'm sure Maduma wanted more out of his first main event, as we were talking about, but he just wasn't in there with a guy who was made to make him look good, and kind of the opposite of what we expected.
Good right from Maduma, and then he holds the head of Carreon in a bit of a headlock. Good left to the body. Carreon now trying to make it a dogfight inside. Carreon now holding on to the ropes while hitting.
Carreon came in with a pretty good game plan for neutralizing Maduma. Hasn't done enough to win, but certainly set out a blueprint for Maduma and what he needs to improve upon.
Maduma just misses with the right there. Closing in on the final 30 seconds here. The Hilton Lac Limy in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada.
I think the tangible skills there, the hand speed, the athleticism, the physique, they're all there that indicate that Maduma can indeed be world class, but there'll be some polish.
Good counter right. Ghislain Maduma and Saul Carreon taking it home here tonight on Well TV.
Well, Maduma, like a lot of fighters who are on the fast track, sometimes run into a difficult test a little bit earlier than they expected, and I think this was the one for him. Still seems pretty pleased with himself. As he should be. I think in the latter half of the fight, Mark, it was a good boxing performance. No, it wasn't a scintillating knockout or anything like that, but he handled it well once he found out what he wasn't able to do early on.
And he's only had 13 professional fights. He just won 10 hard rounds with a grizzled, tough veteran.
Absolutely. We see some of the action from the entirety of the fight. Carreon trying to come on in the final round here. And there was that right hand from Maduma, and neutralized a lot of what Carreon wanted to do. We'll see what the scorecards read, but could be some rounds that went to Carreon. We expect Maduma to stay undefeated.
No. As Maduma winks over at us here at our table. The ring announcer Pierre Bernier is making his way into the ring. He has the scorecard in hand. Let's start up to Mr. Pierre Bernier with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 hard-fought rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Ghislain has it 99-91. Judge Procopio 97-93. And Judge Roussel has it 96-94. For the winner, by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Ghislain Maduma.
99-91, maybe a little bit off. 97-93, 96-94, fine with me. But Ghislain Maduma, still undefeated.